All right. Hi. We are live. Yay. Say hi. So I'm wearing my headphones. Hopefully you can hear me well. I haven't done a live stream on YouTube in forever, but basically I will tell you what I was doing this morning. I woke up and I was actually planning on recording. I'm going to jump into the topic relatively quickly. Hi, Lucho. Thank you. Okay. Just read a very inappropriate comment. And so basically, I woke up this morning. Okay, I'm going to flag you because I don't accept this type of interaction. So this morning, sorry guys, I'm just like very honest. I woke up this morning and I okay, I'm gonna flag you. Yep. I didn't know you could do that. All right, flagging someone live. That's happening. Okay. Okay, thank you, YouTube. Thank me for flagging this person. So I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, I want to film some trainings for my course that I'm about to launch, right? I'm about to launch this course, and basically I'm gonna try to block this person as soon as I can. Guys, sorry. Be patient. It's just some people are just okay. I love you, Lucho, but you're very inappropriate. Okay. So yay, done it. So but then I received this download and I was like, no, I actually need to share about this. I need to record a video about this, and my camera was full. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go live stream on YouTube because I've been wanting to start doing that more and using Instagram less and actually do more YouTube live streams. So that's what we're doing. So I want to share my process of how I've been integrating my shadow aspects and why this is so important. And I know it's something that we don't hear speaking about a lot, but I'm going to jump straight into the topic. The message that I received was very clear. It was about how, you know, there are these stages of really integrating our shadows and the darkness, and how like it doesn't help us to be hypocritical about seeing darkness in the world, seeing shadow in the world out there. And this is a message I always share, and not seeing the fact that, well, not being willing, being in denial of the fact that that is just a reflection of the darkness that is happening inside of us, right? So just being in this place of denial towards anything that is a lower aspect of consciousness that wants to be integrated, wants to be seen, and wants to be acknowledged, as if it was a child that was misbehaving, and we are asked to be the higher self, we are asked to be the parents, and not letting the child being like a bully, or not letting the child do what it wants, but being gentle and acknowledging and holding space for this child, which is this darker part of us, right? I don't like to say darker, but it's like our shadow that is coming out and wants to be acknowledged. And doing this type of work on ourselves, we don't realize how that's actually like the best way to help humanity ascend and evolve, because we're doing it from an internal perspective, and it's going to catapult and act. Our inner work is going to act as a catalyst to help the whole world do it, and create a new paradigm. Woo! And we went right into it. We're going deep, right? And so when I decide to integrate my shadow, and then I'm going to go into the steps of how I did it, how I do it, right? That actually came to me this morning. And these are the steps that I actually took. But they were more obvious now, so I can like share it and see, okay, I actually took these steps. And it's very like actually like easy. It's like 4 steps. And now I can share it with you and be like, yep, that's pretty much what I've done on myself. Now you can do it on yourself too, or you can help if you feel like you need guidance in that. You can let me help you do it, right? But it's like whenever you do it, you do this deep inner work of looking at your own shadow aspects that want to be acknowledged. You are creating codes without saying anything, just embodying your higher self. You're creating codes for other people to use as well. And from another perspective, like Jesus already did it for us. Like he already died for our sins. So we are already, what is the word? I am not getting the word right now, but I think redeemed. Yes, we are already redeemed from one perspective. From another perspective, there's still some work to do, you know? So it's not a matter of, oh my gosh, I have so many flaws, I have so many shadows. How can I purify myself, or how can I be worthy of the love of God or of the love of other humans? It's more like, because I'm always perfect, I'm already perfect, but it's more like, okay, how can I integrate even more light into my being and embodying it even more so that I can be a catalyst if I want. So as a light worker, I can be a catalyst for the whole humanity, right? So to ascend and evolve. And this is so beautiful. And if you're watching this and you are identifying as a light worker, then this message is for you. And if you are desiring to help everyone ascend at a faster speed and live more truthfully to who we actually are, that's the direction that as a humanity we're going towards, right? We're going towards. But we cannot do that. This is the message that I got. We cannot do that if we first don't accept our shadows. So you cannot solve a problem if you don't accept that you have one. This is the first step that I have make my clients to go through in the first module of the course that I'm about to launch. That I already launched, but this is now, it's going to be an upgraded version. There is going to be trainings and modules, and the first process, the first step that I make my clients go through, that I went through, was just accepting, like, you cannot solve a problem if you don't first accept that you have one, right? So the process of ownership, accepting that we there's shadows that are part of what we have been. It's almost like we are light, but it's what we're wearing. It's not who we are, but it's what we're wearing. It's the decisions that we're making. And so, you know those people, like this, the best example that I got into my mind to use as a metaphor to make you, if you're watching this, understand what is it like. It's, when there's a person that is like denying that there is darkness, that is actually dark. Like denying that there is darkness, denying that there is shadows, that is actually dark, because darkness is hiding. And we hide when we feel shame, we hide when we don't feel worthy, we hide when we want to control, right? Manipulate ourselves and others. And so when we stay in denial, if you're, even if you're like a religious person, or if you really like feel close to God, I've been feeling more more close to Christianity. And I asked my guys, am I becoming a Christian? And they said, no, you're not. You're just exploring different routes, and you're taking more data information. And a lot of those people, a lot of the people that want to live in the name of God and want to be better people, they're actually the biggest mistake, or it's not, from another perspective that it's not a mistake, but the thing that is actually preventing us from being even more in the light is the fact that we are afraid of it. We are afraid of darkness, and we dismiss it. We're like, no, this doesn't exist. I don't want to see this. I don't want to look at the fact that the church has, done a lot of horrible things, and there were a lot of pedophiles and a lot of really ugly thing that happened under the name of this institution. Whatever. Now I'm just saying it as, please don't take this as like, oh, if you are following a religion that you are subscribing to. No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just sharing this as an example, right? Please don't get triggered. Or, I mean, if you get triggered, then I'm sorry. This is kind of my job, but I hope you don't take it personally. This is all to just like, flirt with different hypothesis, ideas, and you can take this if it serves you, if it resonates with you, and if you're actually in this journey yourself of self-inquiry and of healing yourself, of wanting to be a better person, of wanting to inspire the world and feeling like you are a light worker and you're here to anchor more light into your body, embodying it, and then help other people do the same. And being a catalyst for others, awakenings. And if you're not, just, whatever. So denying is actually what prevents and stops a lot of believers, a lot of people that have incredible potential, being afraid of seeing your own shadows, to actually step into the light. So the first step is accepting that we are not perfect, accepting, or we are from another perspective, but stick with me. You are, like, the important thing is that you're understanding where is this message going. And I'm always getting better at expressing myself. So, like, I really appreciate that you're actually holding space for me in my evolution process, because I'm looking at the videos that I posted like 1 year ago, and I'm like cringing, right? But it's always getting better and better, and I cannot get better if I don't keep doing it. So thank you for holding space for my betterment and my evolution and my journey. The second step is express. If we don't give our shadow aspects the room to express itself, we can never transmute it into the light. We can never transmute it because we don't let it express itself. The shame stops us from doing so. And so it's not about letting it rule us, or it's not about letting it take over us and completely conditioning, deciding for us. Not at all. That's actually the opposite. But it's letting it express itself. That is actually what the light does. The light lets it express it. The light accepts it. The light holds space. The light is unconditional love. And how can we embody unconditional love in ourselves and inspire it in others if we are not even willing to look at our shadows and let them have a voice and be a witness, a non-judgmental witness, and hold space for our own shadows, and then do it for other people? But we cannot. We don't have the capacity. We don't have the ability to hold space for other people's shadows to come alive and be expressed if we are not able to do it with ourselves, right? And then the next step, the first step is accept. The second step is express. The third step is integrate. So actually, like, integrate it. I don't know how else to explain it, but just like take it as part of you. So accept it, express it, and integrate it. And only then master it. only then master it. What does it mean? Like, only then you are letting it go. You're like, okay, cool, this doesn't serve me anymore. But you're doing it from a place of having accepted about yourself, you've accepted it about yourself, having expressed it, and being a non-judgmental witness of your shadow, having integrated it, so taking it as part of who you are, and then master it, meaning like letting go, shed it, right? Knowing that you don't have to. It's like it's not having power over you anymore. It's almost like, you know, there's this bully and you're just like, they're cool, like you think you have like power over me. No, like you're not deciding what I'm doing, I'm deciding. So you're not in the driver's seat. The animal, right, the lower you is not in the driver's seat. The conditioned, the hijacked, the programmed version of you is not on the driver's seat, which is what I help people do in my work. Exactly that. And when you go, the other message that I got is like, you know, we're like, oh, fight for peace or be an activist. And I'm speaking like I was there. Like I saw animals being slaughtered and being mistreated. And I was like, yeah, like, no, this is not who I am. I feel disgust that I'm even like part of humanity because I see this. And it's like, cool, I'm actually here to transmute it for others and integrate it. And this is what I'm doing, right? So this is what we're doing as light workers. So we're like, oh, fight for peace. That's a paradox. That's a paradox of religion. That's a paradox of like a lot of personal development stuff. If you don't first accept and give expression and integrate the shadow, like you're just kidding yourself. This is what, or you're just you're so afraid. And there's nothing wrong with it, again, but it's like you're so afraid to confront your fears that they have power over you. And you're actually further away from God. You're further away from your higher self. You think you're closer, but you're actually further away. Again, this is just a perspective, my perspective, and what I feel as true in this present moment with my experience, with me experiencing life, right up until this point. Me, Chiara, like 25 years old, 14th of September, 2020, right? So we don't need to fight for peace. We just embody peace. That's it, just embody peace, embody your higher self. And we are called right now to embody our higher self, you know, and not letting anything outside or external need to change. We don't need the world to be kinder, or like, oh, you're looking at, oh my gosh, the world is so dark or people don't get me. No, like embody what you want to see, and you are paving the way for others. You're living codes every time there's this like, yeah, feel good that I love so much. Hi, shout out. Go check him out if you haven't yet. He always says like, you're living codes for other people. It's going to be easier and easier for others to do it the more you do it as well. And you don't have to do this alone, of course. Like, you get to do it. You get to dive into the muddy waters of your personal transformation, your metamorphosis with someone that you trust, right? And if you're interested in doing that, if you want someone to hold space for you in rewiring your limiting beliefs and integrating, transmuting your shadow aspects so that you can actually live the purpose that you were meant, answer the calling and be the person that you were meant to be, answer the calling of God and answer, you know, pursue that assignment, that specific assignment that was specifically given to you, then message me. You can find me on Instagram. You can send me an email, but usually I reply faster on Instagram. Sometimes with emails, it can take a few days for me to reply and respond. And so that's the message that I wanted to share today. Another thing that I read this morning, I don't know if I want to share this though. It's I mean, I already said it, so I'm going to share it. It's this passage that I read, and it says, "Why does God lead us through desert places? That He might humble us, that He might test us, that the true condition of our hearts might be revealed. Not that God might come to know you, here it does, but that you might come to know you. There's nothing like the desert to help you discover the real you. When you strip away all of the trappings, peel off all of the masks, and shed all of the phony costumes, you begin to see a true identity, a face that hasn't emerged for years, maybe never." So this message for me, it's all about like expressing, before expressing it, like, you know, going through this metamorphosis, which is actually the name of my program, and going into this transformation with the knowingness that you're actually gonna get to know who you really are, who you've always been, but that you never saw before. And you give expression to that. And a lot of you guys have been like messaging me and saying, "Kara, you know, I used to feel so confident in myself. I used to feel so sure about things, and now I don't feel sure anymore. I don't feel confident anymore. Why do I have all of this anxiety, all of these insecurities right now?" And it's like, I've gone through this, exactly this, like in the past few months. Just not being able to tell left from right. It's not, I'm still like, you can tell as I'm sharing it, I'm still like, you know, processing it, because it's scary. It's not always easy. You feel like you're losing yourself all over again, and you feel like the ground is shaking beneath your feet. But you know that it's you're going through the desert because you are letting more of you come out to the surface to be expressed, and you are making room for that to come out to the surface. And your desire for embodying that version of you is ruling everything, is helping you, guiding you through the metamorphosis, through the transformation, so that you might touch and taste the real you, as if you were a juice, and you're like, when you taste the real you, and you're like, wow, is this what I taste like? Really? You're like, I don't like this juice. I'm joking. You feel a power, a confidence that it's indescribable. It's just, you feel unstoppable. And this is what I want everyone to feel like. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I want everyone to feel this strength, this power, this ruthlessness in pursuing what is on our hearts, you know. So that was my message. I hope it resonated with you. I hope it inspired you. And yeah, if you're interested in the course, I haven't decided a date for when it's going to be out yet. But it's almost ready. It's being prepared. So I'll keep you updated. Feel free to message me if you want more details. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye. Keep shining. You're needed. Remember that. I love you. Yeah. it's not ending